Hey everybody, it's Lynette, prepping on a budget. I know it's been a while. Had a couple of weeks that I was out of town, and I'm just getting back into town. Been back about a week and a half, I guess, trying to get some things back in order around here, and just really and truly not a whole lot of time to do videos the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So try to catch up on a couple of things with you today. Let's talk about chickens for a minute. You can see over on the left-hand side of the frame here, these are some of my hens, and the rooster is over there somewhere. They don't usually get too far apart from each other. These guys are just pretty much a farmyard breed. We've had them for 2 years, and we also had a few Bantam hens, which commonly around here are called Banty hens. My husband, I remember when we got the chickens, my husband said we need to get some Banties because they still become broody. Most of your chickens nowadays, based on my research and a couple of years of watching my own chickens, they just don't, the other breeds don't get broody anymore. Perhaps the broodiness has been bred out of them. Yeah, most of them are just now egg production. You know, they'll sit on their nest, for a little bit after they lay an egg. I'm assuming they have to recuperate, but then they're up and gone, and they don't pay any attention to them. Well, just before I left to go out of town, we started noticing there were no Banty eggs in the pen that the Banty hen is in. I actually have 2 sets of chickens because they came at 2 different times. I've got 2 separate roosters, so I keep them in 2 separate pens at night. They free range during the day, of course. So the little Banty hen, we're not seeing any eggs from her, and we started noticing she wasn't out and about with the other hens during the day. So one night, but she was still coming in at night for the first couple of days. Then after I got back from being out of town, my husband and I came out one night, to go ahead and lock them up, because the chickens put themselves away at night. I just usually come out, feed them for the one time during the day, and lock the pens. Well, she didn't come in. Didn't see her for like 2 days. Finally, one morning, my husband comes out. It was over just this past weekend. My husband comes out, lets everybody out. Well, she was already out. So he's messed around for a little bit, kind of keep an eye on her, because he had said to me, he said she's probably made a nest somewhere. She's probably getting that little broody stage, so she's probably putting her eggs away somewhere else, made a nest. So long story short, she's out that morning. She's just fiddling around, doing her dirt bath, finding some stuff to eat, getting some water. He turns around, not 5 seconds, to look at something. Turns back around and she's gone. So he decided to start looking for the nest. And here's where we found her. Now what you're looking at is a tarp that we have over some bales of straw that we bought last year. My husband comes over, and he did actually finally find the little hen. She had put her nest up underneath this tarp. Now, she's pretty tame. She's usually the one that comes straight to me. And you can see in here, there she is. Now, the way this was at first, the tarp was coming down. She's got this perfect little path right through here where she was just coming up here, laying eggs. Now, she'll sit here all day. She comes out usually in the morning. Like I said, she'll get a drink, something to eat, do a dirt bath, and then she's right back in here. Now, I do come out, when I come out in the mornings, I do push the tarp back some. I don't want her to suffocate in here, but she definitely made her a good little incubator. Yesterday she was off the nest, and she's got 14 eggs under her, which would be great in a bad situation where you're trying to hatch your own eggs. I mean, this breed of chicken will definitely still set them until it's time for them to hatch. I think we have 10 more days. We usually figure 23 days on the eggs hatching. So about 10 more days, I will start keeping my eyes open for little ones running around out here. She did successfully hatch a few about 6 months ago, so I know she can do it. I know it does work, and this time hopefully even more of them will hatch. I don't dare bother her because I want her to keep setting her eggs. But she doesn't seem to mind me checking on her, which I do because I don't want something to get her. So at night, I put the tarp back down. There was a board originally laying across it as well, and that just kind of keeps her up in there. And knock on wood, so far nothing else has tried to get to her. So we'll check back on her in about 10 days.